Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the update for yesterday, which was Friday, the 15th of March of this year, 2026. So I started today in the at the Roadrunner School, same classroom as I had yesterday. This was again the classroom where I had about half of them were second graders and about half of them were third graders. These split classes are a unique experience, at least at the primary level. It's quite interesting, actually. At the high school level, classes with multiple student grades in them are fairly common. Happen somewhat at middle school. In elementary, it's rare. But for yesterday, that's what I had. And you know, chatty. But honestly, it was a good group. Again, but a bit chatty on Friday afternoon, but all in all, it was a good day. So, not the like there's other adults in there teaching like a quarter of the day, like there was yesterday, but still good day all in all. And let's see. So then, when school let out, and I mentioned yesterday that the classroom next door was a friend of mine's classroom, where, honestly, this is, and I might have told this story before in a previous update, I'm not sure, but the teacher next door to this class, the family here has been, like, intersecting with my path, consistently throughout most of my working life, with the exception of the cruise line bit. And this is the group where the husband was my very first supervisor on my very first day with the company that I work for, the retail company. The wife is, again, a teacher that I've subbed for, as a matter of fact, on Valentine's Day and whatnot this year, but I've subbed for a whole bunch of times. And the son is a coworker of mine at the store now, and we've actually been on cart duty together. So, father, son, and mother, I've been essentially co-workers with at some point during my working career, which is super cool. And been blessed that it's a super cool just family altogether. And back in February, a couple months back, on February the 22nd, and you can pull that update, check me if you want, because I know it was that particular date, 222. I was talking about a foundation that a teacher friend of mine runs, where essentially they collect toys, here within the Portland area, toys and gift baskets and stuff to that effect. And they essentially make little baskets or gift things, and they distribute them to local charities and stuff. Or not local charities, but specifically to like children's hospitals and whatnot, to just put a smile on the faces of kids that are going through rough things like cancer, and whatnot, because goodness only knows there are folks that, if you were in, I couldn't imagine being in a situation like that, but if I was, I know that anything to put a smile on my face, I'm sure would, be extraordinarily appreciated and just, like, make my year. And so the fact that this gal, who, again, teaches third grade, runs a organization, it's just a little family thing where they do this, but several hundred kids now have been, just made to smile and made happy by their deeds. And it's actually quite cool. You get to like, for example, and they plan this stuff out in advance. Like, for example, if holiday stuff goes on clearance or what have you, and like Easter baskets, well, you could use Easter baskets to put some, like, stuffed bunnies and things in there to even for like the next year, when however many weeks until the next Easter, because the dates on that one change all the time, and stuff to that effect, and it's just beyond cool. And so, long story short, I really like this particular family, and so after school I wander over into her room, and we just end up getting into a conversation about everything, and leaving school like 2 hours after the day ended. But anyway, just super cool to catch up with cool people, and always leave interactions with them just feeling good. So, anyway, Melinda, hi, how are ya? So, that being said, so it was now like 5 o'clock, and when I finally left there, and I honestly I had a counting office, which means going to bed at like 8. And so I just went and got something to eat, Carl's Jr. or something, I think it was. And it was Carl's Jr. and I didn't even finish it all. But after that, ended up doing something not quite as intelligent, which is, again, pulling out the phone and start just looking at stupid stuff on YouTube. And I made the mistake of falling down a rabbit hole of essentially rage bait content. And I'm not even going to put any of this stuff up here because it's stupid. And I feel really dumb for having paid attention to it. But basically, you'd be surprised at how much content is out there of basically people hating on people who work in retail. Now, and the issue here is not that they're hating on the retailer. And this is not just retail, it's other customer service jobs as well. It's, for whatever reason, they're not getting their way, and they're basically not beating up literally, but they're just bashing verbally, this cashier did this, and this cashier, and they're educated, and they're poor, and they're this, and that, and 25 years in customer service jobs, for me, that type of thing is rage bait. Where customers essentially are being entitled, and then they're going on TikTok or YouTube or whatever, and basically talking smack about somebody who just showed up to work that day, because they happen to work customer service and are therefore uneducated and stuff to that effect. So I fell on this rabbit hole and was just watching this stuff. It's out there, and like it would be in any profession, but it just, and I just let it irritate me. And I end up going to bed a little bit late, and kind of sort of grumpy because of that, and that will actually connect to a story that I'm going to be telling at the beginning of the next update, which I'm hoping to film this evening, here actually in just a few hours, because that will ultimately connect to something I'm going to be talking about tomorrow. Finally, in about a minute that I have left, going to be I'm starting to play around with the live button on TikTok, where essentially you can record yourself and broadcast live for, I have no idea why you would do this, but I've done it a few times now, and really mundane stuff, primarily this cleaning project stuff that I'm doing. And I have a couple of these where I think I have 3 or 4 of these that I've actually put up on my YouTube channel now, and because you can actually get the whole live stream when it's over, and you can actually just put it online. Not on TikTok, but you can put it on Facebook or Facebook, just permanently, the whole stream, and not compelling content, but that stuff does exist out there, and if you are curious into listening to me talk about moving furniture around or whatever, you can check that out. Anyway, have a great afternoon, everyone, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.